translation. I would also like to reveal few of his remarkable achievements in his career. He is a noted TEFL specialist, participated actively in many conferences both in Jordan and abroad, and also a member of many associations, national and international. He also served as a supervisor of students in their academic and educational activities in the university. He was an academic advisor and students activity supervisor for 2 years at Al Imam University, and also the member of Jordan Scouts Association. He was an editor of Irbit Journal for Research and Studies and guided 28 students in writing the MA thesis both in linguistic and translation, and also served as an external examiner of 56 students' thesis discussion. He performed many voluntary works and wrote and published many papers in national and international journals. Currently, he is directing a private center for translation. It's my privilege to have him as a chief guest and speaker for today's talk, The Art of Teaching. Welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratibha. Before we get started, a few announcements and humble requests to all the participants. Kindly mute your microphones. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the chat box. We will bring them up during the discussion at the end. E-certificates for participation will be issued. So kindly mark your attendance and share your thoughts and experiences through the Google platform. Now, I request Dr. Wasef to share his views with us. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, madam. Very kind of you. I want to ask just, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
You're audible.
thank you. Very kind of you. So, respected Dr. K.Y. Benedict, Dr. Jojo Joy, honorable dignitaries, respected participants, good evening to all of you. It's my pleasure today to participate in this webinar, that it becomes an international webinar, which of course gives me a chance to communicate with you all and to present my humble ideas with all of you, although all the ideas which I'm sharing with you are familiar. You are familiar with them, but just for the participation and to share, because as you know, education is an international process. When we talk about education, we are talking about ourselves and our lives. Share. Oh, okay. Fine. Yeah. So, now, when we talk about education, education is a three-dimensional process consisting of a teacher, a student, and an educational material. The teacher tries to bring good desires, change in the behavior of the students. So, if we have teachers and students without the material, so something is missed. If we have the teacher and the material without the student, something is missed. Students and material without the teacher cannot be done. So all the three All the three elements are important in the process of education. Now, what is the relation between the teacher, the students, and the material? We know that the teaching is a social behavior, requires the presence of the teacher and the students, and a great deal of interaction between them. There is an interaction between the teacher and the student. If there is no interaction, how can the teacher send the message to the students, and how can the student receive it? We know the teacher is the one, not it is a great word when say teacher. Teacher is something great in our lives. Teacher is a carrier of a message, not a job. It is not as any other job. It is something different. So some people say that, especially educationists say that teachers are born teachers, the same as guides. So some people graduated from educational college or university, they have certificates. They says for a work here or there, did not find the work. So let me go to Minister of Education or a teaching institution and become a teacher. He plays the role of the teacher, but he does not teach. He will not teach at all, because teachers has special qualities for them to become teachers. So these are some of the things which are talking about the activities, the specifications of the teachers. Teaching has a human dimension. It is not a material. So as the teacher cannot be replaced by a machine, or a machine means no matter how high their level or sufficiency, and teaching aids and tools are not a substitute for the teacher. Even if we have computers, we have modern technology, cannot replace the teacher. The teacher's role in the classroom, or when the teacher's role in teaching and communicating with the students, because it is a human teaching has a human dimension. You can learn what is the computer. It is just you can insert the information, insert the data to the computer, and ask it to reply, to play back. But the computer cannot invent by itself unless it is programmed by somebody, by a human being. So when it is programmed, it gives the feedback, what is required from the computer. So teachers cannot be replaced by machines or instruments. Teaching is a dynamic process based on movement and interaction. Both the teacher and the student trust the ability of others' effectiveness and affections. So there is a good relation. There is a respected relation between the teacher and the student. It should be trusted. The student should trust the teacher, and if it's trusted with the teacher, the teaching process is going in a good manner, and the teachers the students learn, and the teachers will be happy. And when we say the teachers, when the teacher enters the classroom for the purpose of teaching, anyone enters the classroom for the purpose of teaching. And when he enters the classroom, he should have in his mind that all the students, whatever their level is, KG, secondary, undergraduate, postgraduate, whatever the level is, they should have in mind that these students are his responsibility. And he has to take care of all, whatever their language, their religion, their nationality, they are his students. They become part of him. And he should give him all the things that he has in his mind. Now, teaching as a communication process, and its main means is language. The teacher must send a clear, brief, accurate, and easy message to the students according to the specific plan that is consistent with the philosophical and objectives of the curriculum. Communication process. There is a communication between the teacher and the student. And the message that he sends, it should be brief, accurate. He should know what does he want from the students. What is the message? As we said, the teacher is a message carrier, not a job applying. So he has a message and has to convey it in that. Now he selects the role of the teacher is to select the best way. What is the best way to convey this message to the students? To be clear to all students, whatever the differences, the individual differences are there in the classroom. The message should be clear, brief, and accurate according to the philosophy of the objectives of the curriculum. It is a mistake to believe in the validity of one method of teaching in light of difference of human beings in the mental and social aspects. There is no one way to teach any subject, any material. There are many mistakes, and the teacher has to vary using the methods and to select the suitable method for all, which suits all the level of the students. In the classroom, in every classroom, there are individual differences. And the role of the teacher is to vary, to use certain, he is faithful, he chooses a certain method. After some time, if he find that some student did not understand, did not follow, so he had to vary, to select another method, a third, a fourth, until he covers or sending the material, the message to all students, and to become sure that all students received the message that he wants to send to them. Teaching is a behavior, can be observed and measured, and therefore controlled, evaluated, and improved. Otherwise, if it's not a behavior, how to improve the process of education? How to evaluate? How to say that this teacher is good or not good? This way of teaching is acceptable or not acceptable, needs some improvement, some adjustment, something to be added, something to omitted. So it is a behavior and evaluated, and we can improve. And this is the thing, this is the process of teaching, always to improve ourselves. And it is a very important element for the teacher to follow, always to improve himself. Teaching process is not limited to what the teacher does in the classroom only, but also includes many activities before, during, and after the teacher meets his students. So we cannot say that now at this time I have entered the classroom, sit with the children, with the students in the classroom, and that's it. After 45 minutes, I go leave the lecture, the classroom, and that's it. But teaching process, before we have to plan, to write a lesson plan. During, we have to see the activities that we have that we should apply in the classroom. And after the teaching, we have to evaluate the process which we have already expressed with the students, to evaluate ourselves, to evaluate the curriculum, to evaluate the students, the activities that we use in the classroom, whether they are effective or not effective, how to improve ourselves. All these process should be applied in the classroom. Then, when we discuss teaching and learning in education, we are discussing the existence of our life, because doctors, scientists, the police guys, the police officers, the pilots, everyone comes from under the hands of the teacher. So if the teacher is honest in conveying the message to his students, he directs, or he gives us a new generation who believes in improving the society, in developing the country, in giving the society a prosperous life. So teachers are not only employees, but they are message carriers, because they are taking care of our lives. Then, anytime we mention the words teaching and learning, immediately comes up to our minds the teachers and the learners. Teachers are very important, as we said, and the trust between the learners are the teacher and the teachers is the essence of the teaching process. The teacher is one who has the ability to change lives by convincing the generation, by trusting the people around him whom dealing with, whether his colleagues in the university or at school or postgraduate or undergraduate, the same. Teachers are teachers, and they should be able to change our lives by changing the changing the styles, the methods, the new materials, the new curricula which they give to the students. If they change the ideas of the students of tomorrow, of today, will be the leaders of tomorrow. So they change our lives. Our future is between the hands of the teacher, because they are effective in their job with the students. Good educators are high in demand, but to be an effective teacher, you need to have a diverse set of professional skills to complete your work. As we said, not all people who enter the classroom for teaching are teachers. Teachers have special features. They were born teachers. And if they were not born teachers and like to be teachers, they have to work hard on themselves, to attend the courses, to study, to practice, to have experience. And then afterwards, some of them manage. But teachers from their childhood, you know that this person is a teacher. Before the teacher enters the classroom, in order to convey his message in the best way, he should have a lesson plan. And in the lesson, from the lesson plan, he knows what does he want from the students. What will he teach the students? Why is he going to the classroom? So if he enters the classroom, he should know before he enters what level are the classroom, what are the students. What does he want to teach? What is the material? What is the subject? So the plan should include the following elements. First of all, the subject. What is the subject? Somebody may say, the teacher who enters the classroom, for sure, he knows the subject. Yes, he knows the subject. But if the teacher teaches 2 or 3 subjects at school or at the university, now he has to prepare for each class for a certain subject. So subjects are different, not easy to remember. So we have not to depend on our memories, because memories cheat in the critical situation, a critical time. So we have, before we enter the classroom, we should have a plan, lesson plan. And the lesson plan starts with the subject. What is the subject? Is it chemistry, mathematics, English, science? What is it? Then the topic, the title. What is the title? What is the topic that I am going to teach in this class? Then the grade. What grade I am teaching? Second grade, third grade, KG, then undergraduate, second year, first year, postgraduate, MA, PhD. Then the day. What is the relation of the day to the lesson plan? Okay, we know. Subject, we know. Topic, we know. Grade, we know. Okay, why day? But then after the day comes the date. Then if there is the date, why you should have the day? If you have only the date, sometimes you do not find in the calendar the day, and you prepare a lesson, and the lesson which you prepared is becomes according to the date on Sunday or Saturday or Friday, and these are holidays. Now, to whom do you prepare? No schools, no universities. So when you write the day, you know that this is Friday, or Saturday or Sunday. Some countries, the holiday is Friday. Other countries, Saturday. Other countries, Sunday. So if there is a holiday and to whom you are preparing, and at the end, according to the date is correct. So, but you prepare for a holiday. Is that reasonable to prepare for? So write the day, and then the date to remember when did you prepare, and the class. What class? First class, second, third, fourth. To prepare to get ready that after this class I have another class, and you are already prepared. Then the general objective. What is the general objective that you are going to achieve after delivering the class or the material to the students? There should be a general objective according to the curriculum that you are applying. Then after that we have a specific objective. after achieving the general objective, to be sure that general objective is achieved, there is a specific objective. Now, did I achieve that specific objective which I entered the classroom for? Then after that, activities, means, and the methods. What are the activities the teacher should apply in the classroom? What are the means he should use in the classroom? What are the methods? A teacher want to teach an example, want to teach pronunciation or reading or speaking or talking to each other. Cannot apply the person who concentrates on communication in language, that is listening and speaking or teaching skills, the receptive skills or productive skills, cannot use, for example, the grammar translation method, because in language, when you use grammar translation method, the students are able to read and write, but they are unable to communicate, to speak, because speaking and listening and speaking depends on another way, another method. So we select, the teacher in the classroom should select the method which suits the material that he is going to convey to the students. Then after that, evaluation. Between now and then, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, there should be evaluation by asking questions. The teacher asks questions to the students, and to be sure that are they following. Is the material clear that he is speaking to, that is explaining to the students? Do the students practice? Do they understand the material which is explained to them? So there should be evaluation. Between now and then, periodical evaluation, and then questions. Questions of what? The best time to write questions on the material that you explain to the students is when you prepare the lesson plan. When you prepare the lesson, write 1 or 2 questions on the material that you prepare, that you will give to the students, that you will deliver to them, and below, under the question, write the answer. Whenever you need to make a quiz or an exam, the questions are ready. The questions are ready. They are written there in the lesson plan. And by the end of the semester, you have a bank of questions. For the first exam, you have questions. For the second exam, for the final exam, exams are everywhere, and the questions are ready. You do not have to remember, did I explain this material or not explain? Did I give or not? Because there is a lesson plan. You have the day, the date, the class, everything is documented. So the questions help too much in getting ready, always ready to do the exams and to evaluate the students.
Wasef sir, 1 second. Dr. Hal Shapati, hello. Dr. Hal Shapati, kindly mute sir. Thank you. Sorry, Wasef sir. Carry on, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay. Then notes, where after the end, at the end of the last element in the lesson plan is the note. Write the notes. That the lesson is completely explained, or the lesson, some material is not explained in this lesson, I have to do it in the coming class. Or on the note, you write the homework. You give a homework to the students. So write the notes that I give the homework, so and so. Next, in the next lesson, in the next period, you go to the notes and you see, well, things which you achieved or did not achieve. Okay, for the teaching to be effective, the teacher must maintain in good appearance because he will be looked at as an example and surveyed from the head to foot by the scores of students examining eyes. Because as a teacher, you will be the model in the classroom. So all the students will look at you and they'll imitate you. Believe me that it's your students are imitating you in everything, in your behavior, in your dress, in combing your hair, in the fashion, the way you put on your clothes. They imitate you in everything. So you have to be in a good, always in good appearance in front of your students. 2, the teacher's voice must be clear and loud enough to be easily heard by all students in the classroom. How do you want the students to respond to your lesson, to message that you are sending without hearing you? Okay, first of all, let me hear you clearly and then ask me anything, I answer. But if I do not hear you, how do you have to answer the question that you want? Okay, then the teacher should prepare his lesson very well in respect of what and how he is going to teach. That is the lesson plan which we talked just now. He or she should master his subject matter and know more than his students do and more than what the textbooks offer. If the teacher depends only on the textbook is between the hands of the students. So some teachers enter the classroom and they start reading from the textbook. So what is the information that you give to the students? Because it is there between the textbook is between their hands. They follow you, just you are reading and following you. They can do this job at home. So why to come to university or college or school? So when the teacher prepares the material, he should return back to different references to give new information to the students, even if they have they have some or outlines in the textbook, but the clarification should be given by the teacher from other resources. He or she should encourage his students through praise, rewards, and likes. Now, if you see that, ask a question, and one of the students who are sitting on the back seats, he gave only half of the answer. Not complete correct answer, but half of the answer is correct. Encourage them. Sarah, you are sitting on the back seat. Why are you sitting there? You are a very good student. Why don't you come and sit here in the front seat? I like good students. You are very clever student. Now, where do you expect Sarah to sit next time? In the front seat. She will not go back to the back seat because you praised her. And all as a human being, we said that teaching is a human process. So every human being likes to be praised, to be rewarded, to like to hear good words for his behalf. So any very simple thing, any student does any simple process in the classroom, raise it. We do not feel, we do not lose anything. We say, John, you are a very good student. I like very active students. Please come and sit here every time. You are a very good student. What do you expect John to do? When he goes out of the class, he starts walking on the tips and the toes of his feet. Well, the teacher today told me that I'm a good student. And he continues being good. And as a result, he will be excellent student. Why? Because just only a few words of the teacher. So as a teacher, your words are very important. So encourage your students. We do not lose anything. Just words. Smile within the face. Okay, you are a good student. Come here. I want you. Next one should be. So the second point is that he or she should notice individual differences among students. The teacher should know since we are human beings, there are individual differences. Some students, they got the information, they receive the message from the first hint. Other students need more explanation. The third type, they need much explanation. So the teacher, when he explains the material to the students, he should take this in consideration. He should watch always, his eyes are open to all students. He's looking to all, includes everyone with his looks. So we'll see that some students feel that the idea is clumsy. Okay, vary the way that you are teaching. Use another method to convey the message. Use other aids, teaching aids to explain to the students until all the students understand the message or receive the message correctly, which you want to send to them. He or she, the teachers, should be kind with his students. You enter the classroom, as we said, and you have in mind that all these students are your responsibility. So be kind with them. Some of them are in KG in kindergarten students. They like some kind touch to be with them. Elementary students, secondary students, college students, undergraduate, postgraduates, okay, all of them need something from the teacher's kindness. So be that person who give this kindness to your students. Kindness should not mean weakness, since the teacher needs to be kind and strict at the same time. Does that mean that if you are kind, you are weak, and the much confusion, much noise will be in the classroom? No, so does that mean like that? Kindness means that you have to be kind and passionate, give some passion to the students, but when something needs to be strict, you have to be strict. Okay, everyone is sits in his seat, and now we have to continue to the second step or the third step. So kindness does not mean weakness at all. Teacher should be fair to all his students, since all the students in the classroom are the teacher's responsibility. So he is the father of all students. So he should be fair with them without paying attention to their color, to their rich or poor, financial situation, social situation. They are your students. They are sitting, they are receiving like birds, like small bears who are taking the seeds from the beaks of their mothers. So they are looking, stretching their heads at you, receiving the information that you are giving to them. So you should, as a result of that, since all the students are your responsibility, you should be fair with your students. Give each one of them his right in the mark, in looking at them, in relation with the students, in explanation, in sharing them. You should be fair with all students, because you are the teacher, and teacher, as you said, is not an easy job. He or she should like his work, because his students can easily tell whether he really likes his profession or not, and their attitude may largely depend on their conclusion. Okay, as we said, students are looking at you with the critical eyes. But from the way that you are explaining the material to them, they know that whether you like your job or not, whether just do not find another job and come to be a teacher and just to take salary at the end of the month. They know that. He or she should give his students a maximal chance to participate in the classroom. The good teacher is the one who makes the students communicate, to make the students explain, but then discuss, not always to take the role of his students. Then he or she should know not only what to teach, but also the different methods of teaching. As we said, there is not only one way to teach any material. There are different ways, and it depends on the level of the students, the individual differences that there are in the classroom. Now, what are the characteristics of the good teacher? Now, good teachers see as their most important task to help students learn. They want students to learn, to encourage them, to convey the message to them. If they convey the message to them, teachers become happy. Otherwise, they are not teachers. Number two, good teachers display enthusiasm for their subject and desire to share it with their students. Encourage your students. And when you enter the classroom, let your students feel that you are a very enthusiastic person and you like to give something to your students. Now, students are very clever, and they evaluate their teachers. When you enter the classroom, the same as the father who comes a basket with him, if they when he enters the classroom, he gives some chocolate here, some biscuit here, some sweet here. Students are very happy. In the family, the children are very happy. The same thing is with the teacher when he enters the classroom. When you enter the classroom, give an idea here, an idea there, some behavior here or there. Students feel happy. But if you come to the classroom and you have a basket with you and it is empty, nobody pays attention to you because nothing is there. You are giving them nothing. So how do you want them to welcome you and to pay attention to you? So first of all, let us, as teachers, let us prepare ourselves before we enter the classroom. When they enter the classroom, we give something to the students, they respect us, then they cooperate with us. Number three, good teachers draw on their knowledge of their subject. Okay, you should know the subject you are teaching. If you do not have good knowledge, enough knowledge, how to convey, to give knowledge to others about the subject? First of all, you have to give to yourself. You have to fulfill the desire that you have, that you should have enough knowledge. Otherwise, you cannot give to the students. Good teachers encourage learning for understanding and are concerned with developing their students' critical thinking and problem solving. And so he should encourage his students. And in all means, critical thinking is important in the classroom with the students, whatever their level is. Good teachers show respect to their students, encourage their independence, and sustain high expectation to them. You have a teacher, you have to encourage. If you do not encourage the students, who will encourage them then? Good teachers set clear goals, use varied and appropriate assessment methods that is suitable to the students whom you are teaching. The good teachers show flexibility. Do not be so strict. This thing be done, that not be done. Okay, be relaxed. Be flexible with your students. But teachers are prepared to develop their teaching through cooperation with others. You cooperate with your colleagues. Let the students cooperate with each other. Students cooperate with the teachers. Teachers cooperate with the students. Cooperation should be there in the classroom. Good teachers are also good learners. Good students' grades may also be a result of good teaching. If you are a good teacher, students will get high grades, whatever the level is. If you do not prepare, if you don't get the material to the students, if you do not explain well, from where do they get from where your students get their high marks? They do not get. So it is a result. If good teachers are also good learners, improve yourself. If you want something to improve yourself, okay, you can. The field is there. Now, teaching skills are related to the way in which the teachers are carried out the activity and what the results has been achieved. Let us see some of these skills. Teaching skills can be demonstrated by creating good conditions for students' learning. Let us see some of that is enthusiasm. When you enter the classroom, be enthusiastic person. Make the student feel that something is active person is coming to the classroom. Then leadership. The teacher should be able to lead the class from beginning till the end, whatever the things which happen in the classroom, no problem. He should be able to lead the class. Organization, organize the time from beginning, from lesson plan and to the correcting the paper to giving the marks. Respectfulness, that there should be a respectful relation between the teacher and the students, and the teachers themselves, students themselves. Respectfulness should be there. Teamwork. Train your student to work individually and in teamwork, not only to work individually. Ability to teach. You should be able to teach. Otherwise, how can you stand in front of the classroom if you are unable to teach? If you have nothing to teach, how can you go to the classroom and to pretend that you are a good teacher? Communication. A good teacher is the one who communicates well with his students and with his colleagues. Creativity. Creativity is necessary, especially in elementary stages, because the teacher should give something new to the students. Self-evaluation. Before we evaluate our students, we have to evaluate ourselves from the results of the students, from the way that the students cooperate and discuss things with us. We have to evaluate ourselves as teachers before we evaluate the students. Patience, especially with low classes, low levels, with the teenagers, kindergarten classes. The teachers should be patient to direct their behavior. Critical thinking, sorry, is important to enable the student to give new ideas. Then the confidence. Before you enter the classroom, you should have confidence. Otherwise, you cannot, as a teacher, you cannot stand in the front of the class without having confidence. Sense of humor. Shed slice and make the class a funny class, the teaching a funny process. All people like to come again to the classroom instead of hating and not to come again. Imaginative thinking. This is necessary in solving the problems of the students. Now, time management. The teacher should pay attention to time when he is delivering the lecture to the students in order to cover all things which are required from them. Then computer skills are necessary for teachers, especially nowadays, education, teaching online, the use of computer in our everyday life. Now we are using computer in delivering the lecture far from you, miles away. But with the help of the computer and computer skills, we can manage to do many things. Now, some classroom techniques to be applied by the teacher. When the teacher enters the classroom, he should look at all the students in the classroom. Do not neglect anyone in the classroom. All the students are your responsibility. So engage everyone. Look at them. You should say that you should be fair, even in looking to the students. Do not neglect any one of the students in the classroom. Now, vary your techniques for asking questions. Now, ask questions. You ask a good question, and the bright students answer it. Okay, what about the individual differences, the students who are not so clever? So give a low level question and make the others participate. Give a lower level until you include everyone. So by asking questions, you include everyone. You encourage everyone in the classroom. Don't go around the classroom. That is, don't go in turn. Don't go there. Start from number one. Yes, Salma, read. After that, next. Now, if you are teaching reading, yes, next, or doing exercises or solving problems. Okay, yes, next. You are going out. What is the disadvantage of this method? That is, when you ask the first one, I'll say next to go around. That is to go on turn. The first students, if you have 50 students in the classroom, he becomes sure that the 10 will not come back again. So he either gets sleeping or eating or chatting or giggling with somebody else. So he makes a noise. So because of that, to solve such a problem, don't go around the class. That is, don't go on turn. Include everyone in the classroom. How to include everyone in the classroom? Let us see. Now this is the classroom. This is the class in front of you. You have to include everyone. Let us see. Now, Anil, Start from the middle. After Anil, ask him a question. Then after to Sarah. See how the arrow, follow the arrow. Now after Sarah, Sammy. Yeah, okay, yes, Sammy. Then after Sammy, Yara. See the other side. After Yara, now Maria. Okay, after Maria, we got Ahmad. Okay, good. Then after Ahmad, Fadi. See, follow the arrow. Middle, right, left, right corner, first corner. Then after Fadi, Noor. See, the cross from the last corner to the front corner. Then John. Okay, what did I do? See, what did I do? Now, see, this is the include everybody. As a teacher, you did not exclude anyone. You include everybody in the classroom. But this method makes sure all the students feel that anyone I may be asked. The teacher maybe ask me, so I have to get ready. So all the students in the classroom become awakened. Always they are awakened and expecting that they may be asked. Now, if you are teaching online, this is face-to-face in the classroom. Now, if you are teaching online, what should you do? This is this is Anel. See where is Anel sitting? Now, Sarah, Sami, Yara, Maria, Ahmed, Fadi, and Noor. Now, when I'm teaching online, how to include everyone in the classroom? See, I ask number 1, Ahmed is number 6. I ask him number 1. Then Sami, number 3. Then Fadi, number 7. Then Maria, number 4. Then Anel, number 1, number 5. Then Sarah, number 6. Then number 8, Noor. Then the last thing is Yara, number 4. Now, all the students are included. I did not exclude anyone. Even if you are teaching online, you have to to make a schedule to include everyone in the classroom. Okay, now make sure that the class is seated in the best possible way. All students should be seated in the good way, not to sit very close to the window and the window is open and their attention is outside the classroom. But ask the students to come very close to you, very near to you. If you are using a whiteboard or chalkboard, so keep the students very close to you while you are explaining the material. But let them leave if there are empty seats, let the empty seats in the back and ask the student to come very close to you for 2 reasons. First of all, they hear you and you are attracting their attention. And number 6, limit teacher talking time. The good teacher is the one who gives chance to the students to talk, to explain, to ask questions, to read, to write. But not always he is a sender and the students are receiving. No, make the students communicate. Make the students talk. Make the students explain things. Make the students participate. Write clearly. If you are insisted to write on the board, so you are writing with your blessed fingers on the sheets, on the white sheets in the minds of your students. So write clear. Do not write with a confused letters or handwriting. Arrange things one after the other. Arrange the ideas, and you give, as we said, your students. Be sure that your students will imitate you in the future when they are, when some of them become teachers or fathers or mothers. So they will imitate you in when they write. Encourage your students. We do not lose anything if we encourage our students. They just say, good, you are good. Even we are grown up, we are doctors at the university, but we like encouragement. If the vice chancellor say, Dr. Wasef, you are a very active person. Really, I like you. Congratulations. I like your behavior. I like your guidance for your department. I feel proud. They say, oh, the vice chancellor said that I'm good. So my goodness is increased. And what about the students? If I am the adult person, feel happy when the supervisor said to him, you are good. What about the students? You're Ahmad, you are a very good person. Really, I like your behavior. I like the way or the marks the marks you got. Really, you made a good effort. Ahmed feels proud that the teacher said that I am good, so I should be good. So we do not encourage. We do not lose anything. Anyone who gives an answer, ask a question. If it's not complete answer, okay, it's good, but better to say this and that. But do not say that. Okay, what is this answer? Is it a reasonable answer? Okay, next time do not sit here. This is places for good for the people who give good answers. What do you expect the Anel who is sitting in the front seat and you rush them with this not good words in the back seat, and the next time he may come or may not come to the classroom. But we say, Anel, you are a very good student. You answered it, but it's not completed. But the complete answer, oh, you answered it. So next time, be here, but pay attention. I'm sure you will give the correct answer, the complete correct answer. And then next time will be in the front seat, and he will be sure that he will be a good student. Then, be careful with the use of grammatical terms. When, especially for English language, for language teachers, differentiate between the noun, the verb, the adverb, the adjective. So be careful when you teach them to do this. Is for the language teachers. Then encourage your students to practice the language outside the classroom. This is for also for the language teachers. Many students use or practice the language inside the classroom, especially the foreign language. So encourage the students. Oh, why don't you speak with each other in this language outside the classroom? Okay, if your practice of your speaking is not correct, okay, it doesn't matter. Go ahead, speak with them. In the beginning, your speaking or your using of the language is not correct, but day after day, it will be improved, and be sure that you will speak this language fluently, and be sure that your students hear you and follow the instructions that you give them. Take account of different levels within the class. In the classroom, as we said, there are individual differences, and you, as a teacher, you have to take account of the different levels. Not all human beings are the same in their thinking, in their understanding, in their behavior. We are human beings, and since we are human beings, we are different from each other. Look at your fingers here. The fingers, this one is short, this one is taller than the tallest, the shortest. The human beings are the same. So we have individual differences, and the teacher, as a teacher, you have to take this in consideration. Number 12, deal with individual problems. Some students have have problem in listening, in looking and seeing, sightseeing at the board. Some people have less concentration. So individual problems also we have to be taken, as teachers, we have to take in consideration. Correct your students systematically. When your students commit mistakes, do not say stop and become nervous and shout. Okay, calm, be calm. Just listen, wait until the students finish. He may correct himself, the student may correct himself. And but not to show them that we are very much angry about the mistake that he committed. Okay, let us be patient. Let us understand our students in order to convey the message to them. Use their names correctly. When you use somebody's name correctly, means that you are interested in him. The student feels that. But if you say, oh, I don't forget your name. Okay, what's your name? My name is so and so. Wow, that means that you are not interested in my name. If you are interested in me, you should remember my name. You see, so when you pronounce the name, your students' names, pronounce them. In the beginning, you can ask them, what's your name, please? And the next time you may ask the second or third time, but afterwards, do not use nicknames or call name, but any name comes up to your mind, or who are you? Yes, you said, I don't know your name. Okay, correct the pronunciation. Use the names, give the student his own name. Then engage all students all the learners in the classroom. If you do not engage all the students, they will engage you. If you do not ask them engage every student, they will bother you. They will start making noise. So before they engage you, engage them. Include them in the classroom. Make them cooperate. Ask them to cooperate with you. Look at all of them in the classroom. The students become quiet and under your control. And this is part of guidance, the management in the classroom. Make learners and not the teacher to focus the lesson. The focus of the lesson. So students should be the focus of the lesson, not the teacher. The students should be concerned with the material, should be attracted to the material that the teacher explaining, the way that he is using in the classroom, the teaching aids that he is using in the classroom. So the teacher become the center of the teaching process in the classroom. Provide maximum opportunities for students' participation. Of course, with the teacher, the good teacher is the one who gives much opportunities to the students to participate. Make the student participate. Do not always talk and to say that I am the one who knows everything in the classroom. Yes, you are. All the respect to you. All the respect to our teacher. But give us chance. If you do not give us the chance in the classroom to participate, who will give us the chance? So give the students as much as you can. Make the students participate in the classroom. This is a part of encouragement to the students. Now, develop learners' responsibility. When you say, Anel, you are responsible for writing this part of the lesson on the board. Sarah, you have to correct if there are something. Yara, you have to do this. Anel, you have to do this. So now you are developing, you are increasing. You did it this way, try to do it another way. If you write it now by looking at the book, do not write them without looking at the book. So give some responsibility to the students. Be tolerant with the learner's mistake. If your student commits a mistake, this is not so much big thing that happened in the classroom. The teacher, he's your son, he's your daughter, she's your daughter, he's your future. So be tolerant with this. He's the extension of the message that you are carrying to the students. So be kind with your students. Then develop learners' confidence. If you have self-confidence, be sure that you will give confidence to the students. But if you do not have confidence, how to give confidence to the students? So better to give confidence to the students because they are your future, the extension of the educational process. Students of today are teachers of tomorrow. Every one of the students who are sitting on the seats now at school or the university, tomorrow he or she will be something. So give them confidence. And then respond to learners' difficulties and build on them. What are the difficulties that students face? So let us solve them, and according to solving these difficulties, we continue our process. Use maximum amount of student-to-student activities. Make the students cooperate with each other. Make them do activities with each other. Otherwise, the students do not have the chance to practice. Promote cooperation among learners. Yes, if you give the chance to them, students learn how to cooperate with each other. Divide the classroom into groups, 3 or 4 groups work together. Here 3 or 4 groups, here 3 or 4 groups. Not also to work individually, but here we are enriching the teamwork between the students. Practice both accuracy and fluency. You have to practice accuracy, always to be correct, and always to be fluent in explaining the material to the students, and always, first and last, your students are your future, and you are the father. You are the one who gives them the knowledge, and as we said, they are the same as chickens who are taking the seeds from the beaks of their mothers. You are the teacher, and you are then the one who gives this piece of information to students. And now I thank you very much for giving me this chance to talk to you. And thanks for your patience for giving me the time and listening to me. Thank you very much.
Hello, friends. Before moving on to the discussion session, I would like all of you, if possible, only if possible, switch on the video so that we can take a group photo, please. If possible, switch on the video, all of you, dear friends. If possible, only kindly switch on the video so that we can take a group photo now. We shall share the group photo in the Insight in the group also. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And you can watch this live photo session in the YouTube video also, which will be uploaded. Thank you very much, Wasef sir. I have no words to thank you, and we are humbled by your humility, down to earth approach, and we are really honored. The platform is honored. The Insight in the program is honored by your presence. We are really delighted that you have given an outstanding presentation, a 360-degree perspective on teaching. It was simply superb and amazing. No words, sir. Hats off to you, sir. Hats off. And all of us. Shall we give a loud round of applause now, dear friends, since everybody is opening the video? Loud round of applause, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Now, if some of you feel like adding something, you can add.
Hi, sir. Sir, I'm Mary from Bangalore. Very good presentation, sir. Very nice. So I learned lot of things. It was very informative and lot of takeaway from the session, sir. Thank you very much, sir. All the best and all the best for your future, sir. Thank you.
Benedict sir, Benedict sir, a word from you, sir.
Congratulations, Dr. Wasef sir, for joining today with the Marashdeh Training College through the Insight Indepth program. With your presence and been blessed. So the 50th episode of Insight Indepth program has been got blessed by your presence. We hope that we may interact more in the days to come. Thank you everyone for your participation. Thank you. Congratulations, organizers.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
tell me something regarding your family members and colleagues there in your university, please. Wasef sir, about your family members and then your colleagues there in your department.
There are many colleagues there. There are many colleagues there. And I have a family, wife and children, boys and girls. And at the university, I have many colleagues there. Not only one or two, but many. All my colleagues are my friends, my sincere friends. I like them all.
Thank you, sir. Now, if some of you would like to add some points, that would be welcome.
So I would like to say one thing. We have all had skills of teaching during our micro teaching sessions in B.Ed and all our teaching experiences. But sir's slides mentioned very nicely about the point-wise discussion. So, Dr. Vasif sir, thank you so much for your enriching session, sir. So it was very nice. Thank you.
Hello,
Thank you.
Pradap
Very
sir.
kind of you. Thank you.
Dr. Pradap sir. Okay, you are muted. Thank you. Any addition from anyone? Are there any queries in the chat box? Research scholars, kindly check the chat box.
Sanla, could you
Sir, I
please?
checked.
Yes.
No. No, everyone is appreciating, sir.
Okay, then we can move on to the concluding part of the program. Bendik sir, shall we move? Please, research scholars, move to the concluding part.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that
One
was
second,
such an
one second.
enriching.
1 second.
Yes, sir.
Before
Yes,
that,
sir.
let me, being the coordinator of the program, I would like to add a word of gratitude to everyone. We, the research scholars and the faculty and the Theophilus family, owe you our deepest gratitude, everyone. Except for your presence and encouragement, this platform would not have reached this far. You have done it. You have encouraged us. You have disseminated the knowledge and you have shown your goodwill. Thank you very much. And we are really indebted to you. Being the coordinator of the program, I am always worried about the participants. And today we are fortunate to have around 220 participants we had. Now we are having 200 participants, none left. And we are indebted to every one of you, all the principals and all the teachers, for joining and for sharing the link with your students and colleagues. We have no words to thank you, and let's carry on this voyage every Monday 6:15. From the 50th one, we are planning to move on to the next level with adding more valuable resource persons like wasef sir, international resource persons, and important figures in the national arena also. We are looking forward to invite important people in this platform, and all the talks are given in YouTube. We can search for Marashdeh Training College YouTube channel and you can watch the YouTube videos. And if God permits, if there is the grace of God, we are thinking of publishing the presentations of the participants as a book as well in future. I owe my gratitude to my dearest students, the research scholars. Actually, this is the brainchild of Dr. K.Y. Benedict sir, and this is a teamwork of Marashdeh Training College family. I would like to thank the management as well. I have no words to thank my dearest research scholars and my dearest students. No words. I am really delighted and I am humbled by your commitment. Thank you.
I would like to say something.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Carry on, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes, I was listening from Punjab, India.
Sir.
Yeah, see, there is, in my school, I have found that is, the teachers are disturbed by the students, and see here, the Wasaf's words, that is, sack the children before they sack you.
Sir, repeat your enquiry once again, sir, please, sir.
Yes, sack the students before they sack you. See the
learn the students before you teach them, isn't it?
That's too correct. But the word what that is wasaf is used. See, there is an information to the teachers. See, sack the students before they sack you.
Wasaf, sir.
Okay. Yes, engage the students before they engage you.
Yes, we thank the students before they thank us. Yes, we thank them. Sure.
Yeah, engage the students before they engage you. So the discipline problem will be solved. Very good, sir.
Yes, sir. And I would like to add a piece of information for your kind notice. There is a beautiful video in YouTube, Engage or Enrage, but that's by Mark Prinsky. It's he who elaborated on digital natives and digital immigrants. And
Yes.
either we engage or we enrage. Babu sir.
Yes. Engage the students before they engage you. See, it is an information to the teachers.
Or they will be enraged. Okay. Thank you, Babu
Yes.
sir. That was amazing.
Okay.
That was amazing, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes. It's an information for the students to teachers to see there is controlling the discipline.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Wasef sir, thank you. Wasef sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Nice to hear you.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Very kind of you.
Yes, I am Jojo Joseph sir's classmate, BEd classmate.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Babu sir, thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Babu sir.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Research scholars, move towards a concluding part. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, bye. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall we move on, sir?
Please.
Now I invite Mrs. Sangeeta for the vote of thanks to a wonderful person, Dr. Wasef. There are no words to describe what you have in the short period of time given to us. We are indeed humbled by your presence, sir, by your talk, sir. Thank you so much. Again, to Mrs. Sangeeta, the vote of thanks.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening to one and all gathered here. Myself, Sangeeta, research scholar, Multiples Training College. And most of us may find this evening really wonderful because for the last 1 hour or 60 minutes, we have been listening to the wonderful presentation by Dr. Wasef sir regarding the different aspects of art of teaching. And we know that art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. So let me move on to my assigned duty. Now it's time to express our sincere gratitude to all the members who have taken effort to organize and at the same time provided assistance to the program. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. K.Y. Benedict sir, Principal, Multiples Training College, for his relentless effort in monitoring all the activities related to Inside In-Depth Talk series. Sir, we really respect your innovative ideas in this field. Thank you so much, sir. And we know teaching can also be described as a craft. As a teacher, we need to find the methods and strategies that work best for us. To be an effective teacher, one must carve out one's own teaching philosophy and discover our own unique talents and learn how to use them. Dr. Wasef sir has shared his ideas regarding all these aspects in a meaningful manner. He started here the session with the basic concept that education is a three-dimensional process and explained teaching is a dynamic and communicative process. Again, sir, your ideas regarding the aspect, how can we make teaching effective, the characteristics of a good teacher, about teaching skill, classroom techniques, everything was really informative. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for enriching us with that much information. Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time to express our sincere gratitude to our research coordinator, Dr. Joju Jones, sir, a person who knows how to play magic with words and magic through positive attitude. He's always ready to provide assistance to polish one's knowledge. Thank you so much, Joju, sir, for your constant support. Again, I take this opportunity to extend my sincere thanks to all the distinguished guests, including department heads, academicians, research guides, scholars, and prospective teachers. Finally, on behalf of the principal, professors, and research scholars of Multiples Training College, once again, I extend my sincere gratitude to all the respected dignitaries and invited participants for making this program an interactive one. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you, everyone. appreciate your presence and participation in this program. Kindly fill the Google form for the e-certificate, which is posted in the chat box. Let us now stand in attention as we close this session with the national anthem.
May I add one more information? 1 second, please. Those who want to get the YouTube link may join the Insight Indepth groups or search for Marketplace Training College. Thank you. National anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you once again. A good event never ends. It takes only a pause and keeps us waiting for the next. So until the next session of Insight in Depth, goodbye and take care.